In 2021, I had not read Frank Herbert's Dune. So when I saw the movie in theaters, I thought, okay, that was cool, I guess. But I can't get over how cheap that one part felt. That one part being, of course, I've since read the book and rewatched the movie, and I love them both. They're wonderful. The book is filled with timeless themes, and the new movie was a masterful adaptation. But there's one key subplot that was totally removed from the film, and I'm talking about Yue. In the movie, he's around here and there, but we never learn anything about him. Then, suddenly, during the Harkonnen attack, he randomly betrays Duke Leto. There was no build-up or indication of this in the film, it just happens. So watching the movie for the first time and not having read the book, it was really hard for me to fully appreciate everything after that as far as the story goes, because I was so hung up and confused about that random background character being a turncoat. After I read even just the first few chapters of the book, everything became clear and I was able to appreciate it a lot more. The movie runs 2.5 hours. I don't understand why they couldn't have added 30 minutes of additional scenes to fill out the context of what's going on. The Batman was almost 3 hours and got away with it, despite, let's be honest, about 30 minutes of Catwoman scenes should have been cut because they were just so fucking boring. Dune is a much more nuanced story and deserved more runtime in order to flesh out that nuance. The dinner scene right before the attack also should have been added. These are key points in the story before the death of Duke Leto that adds so much more depth to the characters. A big part in the second half of the book is that the Atreides mentat, Thufir, suspected Lady Jessica, the Duke's wife, of being the traitor working with the Harkonnens. There's this whole plot arc of the Atreides family knowing that there's a traitor in their midst, but they don't know who. And since Lady Jessica and Duke Leto never married, Thufir doesn't see her as an Atreides he must be loyal to. So thinking the Atreides are all dead, he begins working with the Harkonnens to try and find and take revenge on Lady Jessica should she be alive. So I don't know how they plan on telling that in the movie part 2, or if they're just going to ignore it entirely. Who knows, man. The rest of the movie hit every nail directly on the head. I have no complaints about the rest of the movie, I just don't understand how they decided to make this epic story film adaptation and only allow the first half of the book be 2.5 hours when it easily not only could have, but should have been 3. And let us see the plot that's driving the story forward instead of giving us the "and then he was a bad guy" scene that we got. Because Yue is a more complicated character than what we get in the film. Anyway, can't wait for part 2, and hopefully Messiah, stay bricked.